Here we are again working on Grant's feet to try to get them soft and get the calluses under control. If you are wondering how we got to this point, you might go back to part 1. It explains that he has autism and he walks on his toes to get that deep sensory input, and it just makes huge calluses on the balls of his feet. So he had one really, I guess you would call it tear or opened crack. Anyway, the skin is extremely tough, but it catches on to his socks and the carpet, and we were worried that if we didn't do something pretty quickly, we might risk it catching and just pulling off and tearing his skin more and maybe bleeding, and so we needed to get something done with that. On these clippers, I am actually using all of my strength for the most part in my hand, and I could not cut through that skin. It was very, very tough. I finally figured out that if I could just get tiny little bits at a time, it would eventually come off. Once that was a success, I grabbed the flat blade and I just gently, with a really light hand, went over the crack again. I wanted to catch any tiny pieces of skin that may be sticking up that I didn't get with the clippers. I used this along the rest of the flat surface of his foot. I thought about trying the sides of his foot, but those are going to have to be for a separate day because he's going to have to get in a different position, and those are really deep and hard. So this blade worked really, really well. Don't be concerned that I was going to cut him or anything like that. I am really just barely sliding along the top of his skin. And if I feel any resistance at all, I just stop, let loose a little bit, and kind of start over. I'm really curious. I know a lot of people that watch this, they also have children with autism, or adults or friends or acquaintances, whatever. There's a lot of people with autism, and I'm sure that this affects quite a few of us. And if you've got any tips or tricks, I'd love for you to share them with me. I've got a few people messaging me and sending me some tricks from the first video, and I appreciate that. I'm going to try some of those for sure. I continued to do this for the next few minutes until I could feel that it was pretty smooth to the touch. Not as smooth as his heels by any means, but it was definitely smoother. And so this was relaxing to him, but he was getting tired on his elbows, laying on his stomach, and I would be too. So I was trying to hurry it up at this point and finish this part. So once I finished, I grabbed some lotion and just massaged that into his feet. And of course, he loved that as well. I think all of us would, but stay tuned and you can see the next parts as we go and see how well we do.